Alright, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, a lovely night, wherever you're from. And real quick, before we get started, I want to give a lovely shout out to the channel members on this channel. So thank you so much to these lovely commanders here that you see on screen. Thank you guys so much for your constant generosity. It really means a lot to me, so thank you so much. And if you're actually interested in becoming a lovely commander yourself, if you are interested in any of these cute and lovely emotes, the loyalty crown badges, if you want a special role in the Discord, make sure to join the Discord. But as always, if you choose to do so, thank you so much. Just remember, that's not the only way that you can support me. Just watching the content like you are right now is truly the best way. Liking, subscribing, and commenting, everything really does help. So thank you guys so much. And for today's video, we got a lot more news in regards to the Christmas event and a lot of stuff to break down in regards to it, because we only have one tweet, but it's kind of loaded with a lot of questions right now and some worries in the community. So I kind of wanted to talk about it. So let's actually just put it on screen right here. And as always, we're at the Goddess of Victory Nikke Twitter. Limited time Nikke's re-pickup event. During the upcoming event, SSR Nikke's Ludmilla Winter owner, Mika Snowbuddy, will be available. This happens after maintenance all the way through the 26th. And here is the thing, is that this wording is a little kind of iffy, because it says during the upcoming event, the Nikke's Ludmilla and Mika are going to appear. It doesn't talk about Winter Rupee, and it doesn't talk about Christmas Ann. So there's been some worries right now and some questions that we're going to have to see. And no, I don't want this to be like fear-mongering or anything, because we don't know yet. Until we get the full patch notes, we don't know anything. Maybe they will be somewhere. We'll have to find out. As far as we're aware, we only know about Ludmilla and Mika coming back, which, in fairness, if we're going to make a video talking about who to focus for, Ludmilla is the pick no matter what. Out of all of the units that we've gotten these last 2 years, Ludmilla, DPS wise, meta wise, is the only one that's actually usable. Christmas Ann can be usable, but only for PvP. Rupee is just not that great, and Mika is just not that great either, outside of some of her dispel buffs and some of her utility. But other than that, she's just not that great. It's more niche, honestly. But I wanted to talk about it because I think it would be a horrible choice for Shift Up to not bring them back, in the sense that the only option for bringing them back is through the pity. I feel like that's pretty unfair, especially for the new players. I feel like if they don't bring them back, they're going to be treating them as if they're a collab character, which is not right in my opinion, because at the end of the day, they are just alternatives of standard characters that we have. So, like, honestly, the best thing that they could do in this situation would be to just put the very old winter units just into the standard pool. Now, is that going to happen? Probably not. They're never going to do that. Now, it's kind of a mixed bag, because I can understand why they don't want to bring back so many banners, because it's like a double-edged sword. They're going to lose no matter what, because they're going to have like 6 to 8 banners going at the same time. People will complain. If they don't bring them back and they only put them in the mileage, people will complain. Now, I do think a good alternative that's not perfect by any means, and it's still going to have complaints, is to do what they did the first time. If you're really hesitant on bringing them back or giving them a rate up banner, you can put them in the mileage, but at the same time, let others have the chance to try to get their character by putting them in the same banner with a lower percentage. That's what they did the first time, and people did not like it, but the reality is that not many people are going to be enticed to pull when there's like 6 to 8 banners going on at the same time, and nobody's going to want to just get it if it's only in the mileage. So if there's a chance that you can try to get them through, let's say, Maiden's banner, and it's at a lower percentage, that'd be a nice little alternative, because at least I'm still trying to pull to try to get that version of the character, you know what I mean? They did this last time, and I was able to secure an extra copy of Winter Rupee and Christmas Ann through Ludmilla's banner, so that was pretty nice. Now, I'm not trying to say like what they should do, because we literally don't know anything right now. It's up in the air. We don't even have the patch notes yet. We don't even have anything, so we don't know what's going on. But there are a lot of questions, so I'm just trying to give some answers to that without knowing anything. So I'm just being honest right now. Now, that being said, though, I am glad that they brought back these two, because I think these two are the best in terms that we get Ludmilla in this banner. And she looks phenomenal. She looks amazing. Still probably my favorite Christmas design so far. We'll have to see, because Maiden's looking very promising. And I know some of you might have questions in regards to the whole meta situation in regards to winter units. So let's talk about Loot and Waifus by Sephi. Sephi has a lovely website that I'm going to be using when I talk about not only Nikke going forward, but at the same time, I am going to be talking about Girls Frontline 2 in the future. So I'm going to be using this as a resource. Lovely resource, lovely guy, became a good friend of mine. So it's always nice. And we're going to go look at his tier list. He has his huge, OP, current meta, good units, niche, and then shift up what is this, and it's just all trash. So let's just break it down, because Ludmilla, obviously, she's coming back, and she is in the current meta right now. Not only can she be used to clear any PvE content that's like story-wise, but she is currently heavily used in solo raid especially as a flex DPS. She is basically like a sub version of Modernia in the terms that she can just consistently shoot with her MG, and she can target cores, so a lot of people like to pair her with Naga and Tia when they're trying to focus on a core type boss. But as always, when it comes down to units like this, a character like Ludmilla needs a lot of investment, so just be aware of that. And just be aware that we also have a New Year's Pilgrim to worry about. And if you weren't here last year, there's going to be 2 Pilgrims. So I'm sorry. Right now is probably the worst time ever for Nikke right now in terms of pulling and banners. Now that being said, I do want to talk about the other characters, because let's say Mika is the other banner. So how does she compare to Ludmilla? Well, she is all the way down here in the niche/filler units at the 2.5 tier list. And when it comes down to her specifically, she has some pluses here. You know, 20-second burst cooldown, decent attack buffs, max ammo buffs, damage reduction. But because of her having a max ammo buff, it can reduce some of the team comps that you can do. Let's say if you're trying to pair with Summer and Nice, you literally can't do that. So it's not the worst thing ever. It's definitely going to fill a niche where you just need like a flex support. But I guess this is a good way to break it down, because I also want to look at the old past characters that we've had for the Christmas. But I guess this is a good way to break down the last Christmas characters in comparison. Because when we go down to it, we can actually go look and find the old Christmas characters that we've gotten. And they are at the bottom. They are at the complete bottom. Winter Rupee is just not good at all. Now, design-wise is like a 10 out of 10. I love her design so much. I think it looks great, and this tier list is based on just PvE content. Sephi doesn't cover PvP. So I just want to say, although Miracle Fairy Anne is down here with Rupee, in PvP, she is very viable. You just need high investment for her. So honestly, just like I mentioned earlier, the only worthy like pull if you're trying to focus on meta, and even waifu, honestly, is literally Ludmilla, because it's just great overall. Now that being said though, there are still people who want to waifu collect. So it's kind of a shame that they kind of left question marks right now. So we're going to have to find out eventually. Hopefully they cover it in the patch notes. We'll have to see what they're going to go with. But for now, that's going to be it for me. I just wanted to cover some stuff, talk about what's going on, but that's going to be it for me for now. So I hope you guys have a lovely day, a lovely night, wherever you're from. And as always, thank you guys so much for the constant support. You guys are truly the best. Take care, and thank you so much.